this should not offend anyone. It should just say to people, if you haven't thought about it before, think about it now. What if there were no religion? What kind of world would we have? Well, we ought to be able to tell them what kind of world would we have if we could get rid of religion. Would it be totally immoral? Would it be a world where anybody can do anything? What do you say?
No, use the golden rule.
The golden rule, which says,
do unto others as you would want them to do unto you, or as you mentioned in a previous episode of this show, what Confucius said, which was don't do to others what you wouldn't want them to do to you. Right, the more passive form.
It's the same concept, but it's a little different. But
yes.
But the golden rule was not originated by Christianity.
Oh no.
Or even by the Hebrew text. Golden rule has been there through civilizations for a long time. And we, of course, and that's part of being secular. We certainly agree with doing to others what we would want them to do to us. At the same time, we part of being a secular humanist is that we think, or we hold the position, that everyone should live as full a life as possible, a rewarding life, because we're not going to have an afterlife. There is nothing after this one, and so we need to get the most we can out of the one we have right here, but we have to do it in a way that we do not prevent others from living their full lives. And that's what people don't understand about secular people is that we're living good lives and we're contributing to society, and so that's who we are. But we're doing it in different ways. All right. Well, I don't want to monopolize our last part of this show. So I really, if you all have something you would like to say that hasn't come out yet.
I don't know if people, if people who follow the program probably know, but I really like that you bring in an eclectic group of people to speak to NOSHA. Like you bring pastors, scientists, professors. I mean, there's all kinds of people there, and I really do enjoy when you bring in religious people, because it's a peaceful exchange of information. It's never a stick against each other,
We had one of our speakers at one time was the professor of theology at the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary, and his position was that that they and we don't agree on everything, but there must be some areas of agreement, and that we should work together on those things which we agree on, which includes, trying to live good, full lives and not hurting other people in the process. And our group was happy to hear from this man who was very religious, because that's his field. And we do have a variety of speakers at our meetings. And we did have at one time recently a communist who brought out a lot of commentary from our people, because we also, after every talk, we have a question and answer period, and we everyone gets to express some view. But the best part of having monthly meetings is for people to get to know each other. Mm-hmm. And so which is, of course, why we're here today, is so that the general public gets to know some of us. And I wish there were more than three of you here, because we have a lot of really interesting people. I do find it remarkable that in this show and in the other one we did similarly, everyone said that they gave up a religious belief around the age 13, 14, or 15. I find that very interesting. And the current surveys are indicating that the young people, they were going beyond teenagers, but from 20 through 29, the large numbers of them have left the churches. This group is the age group which is seeing the biggest movement away from religion, but it didn't just happen. This has been the group all along, apparently, where people begin to question what they have been told regarding religion and God and whatever, and so now all we have to wait is for the old folks to get out of the picture, and we will see some definite movement toward being a more secular country, like the Western European countries who have really abandoned most of the churches there, and they've turned some of the churches into condominiums.
Yeah.
So we can look forward to that. We got a minute or two left. I'm giving you all an opportunity to say whatever you want.
Well, I was thinking about like the whole new atheism movement that's kind of been going on the past a decade or so. I'm really appreciative of that. I mean, Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris.
Exactly. We have seen in the last several years bestseller books on the subject of giving up religion, which is a new happening, and some of these authors are more strident than we are, and they can be very, very critical of religion, which does expose itself to criticism.
Yes.
But they give rational arguments that could convince people who want to know the truth, and I'm happy that it has gotten that way. I'm also happy to have you folks watch our show today. We appreciate your being here. Come again.